Hey, what's up guys, it's Salty Sloth here, and today we are going to be completing one of the worst career modes in racing game history. Honestly, my main objective recording this video was to not fall asleep. I am going to be doing this in two shorter videos instead of one longer one, because to be honest, nobody's gonna watch that shit. And also, this is my first time voicing over a video, so ladies, please, one at a time. There are only two rules for the race weekends, and those are I get one qualifying lap, and if I have more than 2 minutes of damage, I have to retire my car and DNF from the race. But that's all I have to say, so let's get into it. So, pressing on career and selecting new career, there are a few assists that the game lets you enable or disable. Pressing start gets you this little cutscene, which is really long, so I'm just going to skip it.
Hi there, I'm Mirko Bortolotti, Lamborghini factory driver and 2017 Blancpain GT Series champion. Welcome to the career mode of Assetto Corsa Competizione, the official...
After the cutscene, it brings us to our first event at Monza.
Green light, show them what you got. Welcome to the Lamborghini Youngster Program. Today, you are given a seat in the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. Our team will look at your best lap on track in dry conditions. Complete at least 2 safe and valid laps and then start pushing. Good luck.
So basically, this test session was just on safety and consistency, and after clearly showing that in my amazing skills, as shown in these few clips, and definitely not bribing anybody at all, we managed to move on to the second test session. Now this session was still at Monza, but this time it was in the rain. I was super cautious this session because this Lamborghini is difficult to drive even in the dry, so I just didn't want to chuck it into a wall.
Green light, go, go, go. Your second test is under wet conditions. Just focus on setting your best lap in this heavy rain and bring the car back in one piece.
Now I did have a few scary moments this session, but it wasn't too serious.
Session is now over.
Moving on is our third and final test session, which is Monza at night. And yeah, I got pretty tired of the test session, so I just decided to do burnouts the whole time. And I also may have crashed after puncturing both my rear tires. So after some careful negotiation, definitely not including my dad buying the whole team, I managed to get a seat. The car I decided to choose was the Nissan 2018 GTR. I decided to choose it because it's a really fun car to drive, and also the upshifts sound like a pig. Now, here's our driver lineup. It's pretty good. Of course, I spelt Mike wrong because I'm an idiot.
Come on, man! That's too easy!
Then we get to our first race weekend at Zolder. I did free practice, I did qualifying, and I did qualifying 2. I only almost killed one guy, so that's a plus. So after my 2 qualifying sessions, I placed last place in both of them. And now it's not because I'm shit at the game, I swear. Now we went green, and I had a pretty good race start. I made a few overtakes in the race.
Car on the right, clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I screwed up my pit stop for the 1000th time in a row, but we ended up bringing home P1. Now, moving on to the second race. This race was basically the same.
Green light, go, go, go.
One thing that I've realized doing these races is that Assetto Corsa's AI really lack competitiveness. So like, especially if you make a move up the inside, they'll basically just give you the position before the apex. And just like that, after this race weekend, I went from last to first both times.
Excellent job, man. What a race. P1. Bring it back home safely.
Our next event was a performance test at Brands Hatch. This performance test was just to practice before the upcoming weekend. As you can tell, that performance test was very productive. And now it's time for race weekend 2 at Brands Hatch. The traffic gets pretty bad at this track because there's not very many overtaking opportunities.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I definitely felt good at this track during free practice and both qualifying sessions, but as you'll see, that did not translate to the races. Race 1 was interesting because the game locked my controls until the green flag for absolutely no reason. Once the race did actually go green, I put my head down as fast as possible to try to catch up to the other guys. I also definitely didn't almost crash on the first corner of the first lap. After about 2 or 3 laps, the gap came down from 14 seconds to 9 seconds, so I was catching quite quickly. Because I started so far back, it was going to be very important to save as much time in the pits as possible.
Clear on the right. Let's go, 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 go.
Coming out of the pits, being the only one that has pitted, I was hoping to get as many overtakes as possible on the undercut. After a few laps, I got a surprising amount of overtakes from everybody being in the pits, and I was caught up to the battle for P2.
Car on the left. Clear on the
I
left.
ended up passing both of them pretty quickly,
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
and on the next lap caught up to P1 and overtook him.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I ended up making a little mistake, causing me to hit the barrier and lose a few positions, but I ended up getting them back before the end of the race.
Front of the car. Car on the left. Clear on the left. P1, excellent job. What a race. See you in the pits. Bring it back home.
Moving on to race 2, this was my first DNF of the career mode. I just made a whole bunch of silly mistakes. Also, I don't know what happened between me and this Lamborghini. I'm guessing I just squeezed him a little bit too hard on the outside, and when he was trying to turn in, he accidentally pitted me.
Light damage in the rear of the car.
After that incident, I was all the way down in 13th place, and my car was pretty undrivable. Then I proceeded to absolutely smash my car into the pit entry wall. You know, I really just wanted to see it up close. For my pit stop, I decided not to repair my damage because I knew that if I did, I would be way too far behind to actually catch up. Which proved to be a terrible mistake because I binned it not even a lap later. This is when I had too much damage to complete the race, so I DNF'd. This race was pretty rough, but it just made me more determined to get a better result next week. Speaking of next week, the next race weekend was at Misano, but first we had to do a performance session where Pirelli was making a new pair of wet tires and wanted us to test them out. This was one of the more interesting performance tests because we didn't have to do free practice alone. Anyways, start of race 1, starting at the back of the grid again. Honestly, it's more challenging starting at the back of the grid and it's more fun. As the green lights go out, I get a pretty good run heading into turn 1. I decided to go around the outside because I knew they were going to be a little bit slower on the inside, and I ended up gaining a few positions.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I did end up having this big moment, just running a little bit wide on the second last corner, and just getting a little bit loose. Thankfully not hitting the barrier or anybody else. Also, for the first time in this video, I didn't mess up my pit stop, surprisingly. And in the end, like usual, coming in P1. Start of the second race, I think you already know what position I'm starting in, getting a pretty good run again into turn 1. I don't end up gaining as many positions on race start as I did the first race, but we'll hopefully make those back. Also, coming into turn 7, pulling off an almighty lunge on this Lamborghini in front of me.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left.
This race was basically the same as all the other ones I did, so I just kind of skimmed over it. Coming home in first place, I don't know how many first place finishes we got through this half of the career. It's actually kind of surprising. Anyways, that's it for this video. We got through half of the career. Honestly, it was a whole lot of the same. So far, it's not a very good experience. But anyways, I'll see you guys later.